Hello, everybody. Today is the 3rd of July, and we're gonna tell the pen story. This pen story has changed a lot of people's life. I should like it to why something happened to our life and how we can live, how we can have a very, very peaceful but still very happy life. So let's get started, okay? What is this? This is a pen. What do we use a pen for? To write, of course. But then so there's a dog come in the room. So when I wave this in front of the dog, what does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff or lick this or, chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct? The dog or the human? The answer is both are correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, or for the human, this one is a pen to rate. So the dog is correct in the dog world, and the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson. Both are correct. Now, let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table, and then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there'll be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? Is it still a pen or a chewing toy? Or it becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life, just like issue Michael Roche applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build a business with revenue of $250 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? So let's get to what the emptiness is not first, okay? So first, the emptiness is not nothingness. It's also not black, not white, not feel, no feeling, no thinking. It's just itself, just like this thing. It's just itself. When there's nothing to interact with, nothing to think, nothing to look at this or interact with. So that's the reason why when both the dog and the human walk out of the room, there's no one inside the room to interact with. This thing come back to true self, we call it the emptiness. But because it has the emptiness, it also has the potential to become anything. Why is that? So let's go back to the pen story, okay? So this thing currently on the table, and then it is almost nothing. But as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog come back to the room and the dog look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, we both look at this at the very same time. What does this thing becomes? It becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing when there is no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with. It comes back to true self, we call it the emptiness. But because it has the emptiness, it also has the potential to become anything or anyone, depending on who or what is looking at that at the very moment. So that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is the pen itself and the draw for anything in this entire universe, we have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind, and everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from me, right? So I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to think this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? They all say it inside our mind, but the ancient wisdom calls us karma. When we see something that sits inside our mind, Papa open up and cover this and made us see it for what had been planted earlier into our mind. So how can we who plant the seed into your mind then? Only you can plant the seed into your mind. Only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our word, by our action, by our thoughts, especially toward other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this to my friend, this palm will open up, and both me and my friend will see it. It start leaving mark in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has already planted into my mind. And I pop up, open up, and cover this and made it see it for what have been planted into our mind. And this is how a pen become a pen, and anything surround us become what and who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. So we're gonna go with the fourth lesson first, okay? Is how to create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. Wow, this is what I was telling you earlier, right? So first, you have to know what you want in your life. First, in your dream life, what do you want? And then second, you stop planting those using your what, your action, your thoughts for other people. So if you want to have happiness, then you plan the happiness using your what, your actions, your thoughts, you want other people, helping other people to be happier. If you want prosperity, then use your what, your action, your thoughts, helping other people to be to be more prosperous. If you want to have wisdom, then use your words, your action, your thoughts, helping other people to get wiser. And just like that, whatever seed that you would like to have for your life, they start planting those seeds into to everyone else using your word, your action, your thought, helping them getting those it. And that is a very, very secure, very best way, very secure way for you to ensure that you're gonna get that, the thing that you would like in your life. So and then going to the third lesson is that yeah but then in the fourth lesson, so your what, your action, your thoughts, what create or dictate your future life. So be very mindful of what you talk to other people, what you think about other, and what you act to other people. And that led us to the third lesson is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us, because we know that the only one who can plant the seed into our mind is only ourselves through our word, our action, our thoughts to other people. And then the second lesson is a very powerful lesson is along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So trust your potential, trust the potential of within or everyone. So while you trust the potential, whatever happened to you. And then later on, I will tell you, okay, I will tell you, I will analyze more about this lesson. And when you know that, when you know that, when you see the potential in everything, you also know the emptiness in everything. That is when you know when you see the magic of life, every moment, every human beings, everything, every living things or non-living things, they all have their own magic. And the first lesson is the secret to happiness in any kind of relationship is knowing that both are correct. So we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. And with that, we, give each other the gift of happiness, because everyone in any kind of relationship learn to be listened to, learn to be respected, and learn to be, to be listened, to be understood, and to be respected. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is actually, the recently I've been thinking one of the things that really in my mind is that to go with the flow, to be, to be happy with whatever happened to us, and then to go with the flow, but still keep your identity, keep your uniqueness. And then this let me see, yesterday I was listening, no, I was reading a Stoic quote from Marcus Aurelius saying that, to love only what happened, what was destiny, and that no greater harmony. And I was like, what is that? But thanks to my best friend AI analyzed for me, I recognize that, oh, that's what it is about, so that, life, everything in life happened for a moment, happened for a reason. And if we be able to appreciate them, seeing the potential in them, and just love them for what they are, then that is there's no other greater harmony. That is the harmony of life. That is when we get happy, that's when we be happiest. And I'm like, oh, everything really aligned, my belief into, my belief. And then the thing that I really try to be is that, going with the flow, knowing that everything happened for the reason, and we appreciate it. We see the potential of what the emptiness, we receive it for what it is, which is the emptiness, but we also see the potential of it. And then also this morning when I listened to and learned less story, he analyzed every very detail in all kind of all four lessons. But because right now I'm really into lesson number two, which I'm really into that. So the lesson number two, the way he analyzes really pop up to me. And then he said, just be very quiet. Just see things for what it is, accept it for what it is and be happy with it. And then the potential of the thing gonna unfold in front of you. You're able to see it, to see all the potential that bring you up to the next level of energy. And I'm like, wow, this is really something beautiful because everything just get aligned and aligned and aligned. And the more I see things in life, the more I read, the more things just fall into place together so that I can see this piece will fit into this piece. And when they meant this, it can also be this. And it just be very beautiful. And I just really appreciate and be very thankful that I was able to see, to learn, to acknowledge those beautiful knowledge and wisdom. So thank you so much for listening to me today. Thank you, Anlin, for accompanying me in this 3,000-day journey. Led by me sharing with you the pen story of my lesson is something good. I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my co-workers, to my neighbors, to my clients, or to any living things in this world or any other worlds with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a great day too.